friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I'm doing a really fun collab with my dear friend Nikki Lynn. I will link her channel in my description box. She and I have done a few collabs together, several collabs together actually, and it had been a while. So she reached out and she said, let's do a St. Patrick's Day collab together. And I was like, okay. We kind of weren't sure exactly what day to upload because she does Mishmash Mondays and St. Patrick's Day is on a Monday. So we're just going to upload the day before St. Patrick's Day. Who cares? Get a little early St. Patty's Day celebrating going on. If you have not yet gone to Nikki's channel, I highly recommend doing so. She is beautiful. She's talented. She's creative. She's fun. She does a lot of really inspiring content on her channel. And actually, the Fab 5 videos I do, and now as a collab with Janny Boo, I got the idea to do that from Nikki. Not exact, I mean, I'm not doing the exact same thing Nikki's doing, but, you know, grabbing shades out of various palettes, that was what I really enjoy about one of the things Nikki does on her channel. So I wanted to do something similar, but not the exact same thing, because I really struggle when someone comes up with their own unique content and other people grab that unique content, and rather than just saying, oh, I got this from so-and-so, they just play it off like it's their own. It's really irritating. And I also recently saw a creator who accused Robert Welsh of stealing her content, even though he's been a creator here for way longer than the other person has. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to be putting an eye look together with two palettes in my collection that remind me of St. Patrick's Day, and Nikki, of course, is going to be doing the same thing. So I grabbed this palette, The End of the Rainbow, from LadybugGlow in collaboration with Ice Cream Beauty Box. You know, the outer packaging, I think, says St. Patrick's Day, and also the color story. And I like this because there's other options in here besides the traditional green. Really cool. I'm going to be doing something, though, that you guys might be like, what are you doing? Hold on. I hope it makes sense and I hope you enjoy it. And then the other palette I grabbed is the Wealthy Chic from Coloured Raine because green, and it's my favorite green eyeshadow palette now in my collection. I think it's gorgeous. And I think combining these two is going to be really fun. But wait, there's a twist. So I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing today, right? With this look. And I'm going to do an all matte look. An all matte green gradient across my lids because it's St. Patrick's Day, and I'm going to pop shimmer in my inner corners and possibly under my brow, but I don't know. We'll see about that. And I know that some of you that love shimmer are like, what the hell are you doing, Conger? Why are you doing this? And I'm just doing this because I have told myself for years that I would do an all matte look with green shadows, creating a beautiful green gradient, or at least try to, across my lids. And I've never done that. I mean, I've done all matte looks, but never with all green shadows. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. You guys are like, what? Click, I'm out of here. Okay, so out of this palette, I'm going to use these two shades, of course. This is called Clover, and this is called Lucky. And then out of the Wealthy Chic palette, I'm going to use, hold on. Damn it. The shade is called Stock Paper Scissors, and then I'm going to put Cash Me Outside. I just got some shadow on my hands. Cash Me Outside, and then I think for my inner corner I'm going to use this shade called Expensive, and maybe under my brows too. Dang, the darker green shade in the End of the Rainbow palette broke a little bit, which is not the palette's fault. It just broke. It's powder, you know, that can happen sometimes. Okay, my hands are fine. So I do have this eyelid primed in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer, and my brows are done in the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel. Almost forgot what I used. Okay, going into that darker green shade and trying not to get it all over my hands in the End of the Rainbow palette. I do need to find a brush. I really do try to be super organized, and I never. So, okay, I have to tell you what happened last night, you guys. You know when you have one of those nights where your brain is not with you? That's what happened to me last night. Oh crap, I got some on my face. Jeez, man, I am really doing it. I'm doing the most here today to make a mess. Anyway, so my husband and I are, let's see, we're making plans. That's all I'm going to say. We're making plans. And part of the making plans situation is reserving a hotel room. Okay. And I knew what dates to reserve the hotel room for. And when I went to go reserve the hotel room, I reserved the completely wrong dates. But I did not get a confirmation email about the wrong dates that I reserved. So I thought, oh, maybe the site didn't take my information. Okay, cool, great. You know, because I usually instantaneously will get an email saying, yep, we booked your stuff and da-da-da-da-da. And I just didn't get that. Okay, so I thought, well, I'm just going to go back on and reserve the correct nights or the correct dates. So I go back on, I do it again, and I actually select the correct dates. And I'm thinking, easy peasy, no worries, right, folks? No worries. Well, then I do get the confirmation email of the wrong dates. I'm like, oh, shit. So I go and gonna cancel that booking. And the site's like, you can't cancel the booking or we're gonna charge you the whole amount. And, you know, not cheap. I mean, cheap, but not cheap, you know. It's cheap if you're actually gonna stay there, but if you're not gonna stay there, it's not cheap, right? So I'm like, damn it. And I'm getting really upset with myself. And I'm like, I'm so stupid. Why did I do this? I can't believe how stupid I am. And my husband's like, honey, stop it. Like, it's no big deal. Like, if they do charge, well, I'm just going to reverse the charge. I'll just call the bank. It's no big deal. And I'm like, no, and I was already emotional anyway for other reasons. So, I think that's good. I really like that. I love it, actually. So I'm going to leave that and I'm going to go into Lucky, putting that down right next to it. I have to get another brush. So I call the place we were going to stay and explain what was going on. And the lady was so nice. She's like, oh, it's no big deal. This happens all the time. I'll just cancel the reservation. We're not going to charge you. It's totally fine. And I was like, okay, lesson learned to not freak out until I absolutely have to, right? Right. So yeah, I was just really happy that it was so fixable. So then I decided to go to the store, go to Walgreens, because my husband uses like a couple different sleep aids. He takes like melatonin with ashwagandha in it, and he had run out of his little gummies, his little ashwagandha melatonin gummies, but he'd already taken his other sleeping pill. So he's like, I don't really want to drive to Walgreens to get these, but I'm concerned that if I don't, I think some of that lighter green went way out here. I didn't mean for it to do that. I'm concerned if I drive that I, you know, could potentially fall asleep while I'm driving or get so drowsy that I won't know what the hell I'm doing. And also, he was concerned that if he didn't take the ashwagandha melatonin gummy also, that he wouldn't be able to sleep as soundly. So I'm like, I'll just go get you some, honey. It was like, you know, 7:15. He goes to bed really early. So I go down to Walgreens and get that. Now, also, my cats were out of wet food. They like to have the wet food too, you know, and they were like begging Paul and I to be fed their wet food. And so I thought, and we didn't have any. So I'm like, I'll just get them some wet food from Walgreens. Great. And I also got myself some dry shampoo. Not that anybody gives two hoots. I'm just telling you, painting a picture. So I get up to the counter, pay for everything. I see him, I thought, bag up everything, and I left. Get home, and there's no freaking wet cat food in the damn thing, in the bag. And I'm so pissed. Not only that, but I walked in the house going, okay, kitties, it's time for... I'm not going to tell you what it's time for because they'll think it's time for it again and I don't have any more. And they were all excited. I'm just going to go back over with this brush and kind of feather a little bit so it's not quite so stripey looking. They were all excited and all ready to rock, and then mommy doesn't have any food. Now, here's the thing. I have that program through Walgreens where if you spend a certain amount of money, you know, you get like these little credits and whatnot. So the cat food was virtually free, and I did not want to drive all the way back to Walgreens. I know what you guys are going to say. My husband was like, just drive back there, who cares, and get the damn cat food. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I don't want to. So I literally just got back in the car and just drove over to this little convenience store near us and bought another little can of cat food. And it was like $2. Who cares? But my husband's like, it's the principle of the thing. Go get it. So anyway, he's like, well, if I were you, I would call Walgreens today and straighten this out. I don't know that I will do that. Okay, so Wealthy Chic. Now I'm going to go into this shade here called Stock Paper Scissors. Put that right here. Play on rock, paper, scissors. I just now figured that out. Duh. Put that next to it. I like those two shades from the whatchamahoozy palette, the End of the Rainbow palette. The only thing that I don't love about doing all matte looks is the outer edge. I just feel like it looks really harsh on me. So I'm going to take like probably just a clean brush and go around the outer edge. And I may not do that on camera. I don't know, but I really like this. I think it's gorgeous. How fun, right? I think it's fun. I mean, I am foregoing some beautiful shimmer shades for this look. I know that, but I've always really wanted to do a green gradient across the lid just because I'm such a huge green fan. And what better time to do it than for St. Patrick's Day, right? I mean, duh, absolutely. Okay, I'm just, you know, making sure it's nice and saturated in pigment. And then, yeah, I like it. And it's a little stripy too right here. So I'm just going to kind of pat over the two shades together so it looks a little bit more cohesive and not so stripy. That's pretty damn stripy though right there. I don't know. I don't really know how to fix that necessarily, other than maybe going with my finger with a matte. I think I could do that. I've done that before. Maybe see if that'll work. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Like it. So now I'm going to go into this shade here called Cash Me Outside. Put that towards the front. And I think I'll just use this little brush here. I usually use this brush for shimmers, but you know, I want it to be pretty precise because of the location of where I'm putting this. You know what I mean? I don't want to blow it up too much with a super fluffy brush. So, and I would love to talk to you guys too, if you wouldn't mind, in the comment section about what kind of eyeshadow primer you use. You know, I think obviously there's multiple different textures or consistencies, maybe that's a better word, for primers. You know, there's the really sticky primers, there's the more emollient primers. Like I really enjoy like the Juvia's Place Prep Prime and the P. Louise. P. Louise is my favorite, the more emollient. And it's interesting because I've seen folks who use like kind of a more tacky primer. And then, you know, their shadows don't blend very well over the top of it. And then they get really pissed off. And sometimes I want to say, why don't you just try a different primer maybe? I don't know. What do you guys think of that? I don't know. Life's too short to get pissed off at your makeup, I feel like. You know, plus the fact you can just take it off if you don't like it, you know what I mean? And just try something different also, you know? But I don't know. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done here, right? I really like how this looks. I think it looks really cool. I really, really like it. I really wanted this exact effect and I'm getting it, and I'm starting to get sweaty because I'm menopausal, premenopausal, whatever, and I sweat. So I'm going to go back into the dark green clover shade, and I'm going to add a little bit more of it out here because I feel like it looks a little funky out here. Like, I don't know, just not exactly what I wanted it to look like, I guess I would say. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to leave the harsh edge. I really actually kind of like that. I usually don't like that on me. I think it looks weird, but with this particular application, I like it. I really do. I don't know. We'll see. I think what I'll do is get the other eye done, and then, you know, if I think I need to blend the outer edge, I will. So what I'm going to do though is, hold on. I'm going to go into Lucky again, this out of the End of the Rainbow palette. I still want to hold it up because I'm afraid that darker green shade is going to bust out everywhere. And just go back and forth again over the edge of the darker green, just to kind of make it look a little less stripey, more blendy, you know? Yeah, okay. I think I'm doing a pretty decent job of getting that to look like it's not quite so stripey. And then, you know, just kind of blend a little bit more right there so it looks maybe a little softer. I don't know if I did that at all. Okay, and I am, boop-a-da-da-dee. Jeez, I'm gonna go back into Wealthy Chic, into the stock paper scissors, and just add a little bit more, just to, you know, finalize this, right? Sure. Okay, yeah, like it. And then one more pass into the Cash Me Outside shade, just to make sure that's nice. And I don't have any idea how this is gonna last throughout the day though. It might get really creasy and look like hell. I hope not. Usually my shadows don't really crease. Oh, and then Makeup Lens K, she was so awesome. She did things that give her the ick that creators do. I loved it, loved that video. And she was talking about how all eyeshadows crease. They all crease. You just take your finger and smush it down and the crease is gone. I was like, yes! So great. Because it's all you need to do. You might have to do it a couple times throughout the day, but so what? Okay, I am done. I think that looks great. I don't love out here, so I actually might see if I can find maybe a little bit of a smaller brush just to make that look a little bit less wonky looking. And I am gonna put this shadow here, right here, in my inner corners, and maybe under my brow. I don't know, we'll see, and I'll be back. Oh, and I'm gonna put the rest of my face makeup on too, and then I'll be back. So this obviously is my finished look, and I absolutely love how this turned out. I have been wanting to do an all matte green look for years, and I'm glad I finally went through with it. I think part of the reason why I haven't is just because I love shimmers so much, and I felt like I was almost being like sacrilegious, but this was really fun. So let me show you everything I have on my face, and then I will review the eyeshadow palettes with you. So for my base product today, I used the L'Oreal Paris 24 Hour Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 203. No primer. I haven't had my moisturizer on. And then I topped it with the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. No concealer. For my bronzer, still using the Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island. My goal is to pan this. That's what I want to do. Just because. Why not? And then for my blush, of course, I used the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell. And I started off by using Makin' Me Blush, and it just looked a little funky. So I went into Ben Papped, and I like that a lot better. I don't know, feel like it looks really nice. Now, I started off by using the Beauty Creations Pot Gel Liner in, what is this? She's Mossy, and it's a little too dry. And I have Duraline drops in here somewhere. Maybe I don't. Maybe I should just buy some more. Probably a good idea. And then I was going to grab my water activated liner kit and da-da-da. And I thought, you know, you have a lot of green on your eyelids. Maybe let's, I don't know, break it up a little bit. I don't know. I just was a little annoyed that that wasn't working. So I did grab my Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Felt Tip Liner in black. I did, obviously, and I love it. I think it looks great. I mean, that's just the best felt tip liner I've ever used. Mascara, Sky High from Maybelline, New York. And I got to get some fun colors of this because Steph shared that with me, that they make colorful. I need to try that. And then on my lips, I just used my Dose of Colors Almond Butter Gloss. I was going to grab something fun, and I just really want my eyes to be the focal point. So I just thought a more neutral gloss would look fine with this look, and I love it. Okay, is that it? Yeah, pretty sure. So now let's talk about the eyeshadow palettes. Let's start off with End of the Rainbow from LadybugGlow in collaboration with Ice Cream Beauty Box. You guys know I absolutely love LadybugGlow. And these two shades were wonderful. They were pigmented, they packed on great. I think they look lovely. They worked really well together. That's one of the things I love about Ladybug Glow is the mattes work so well together. It is not easy though to forego the shimmers because they're gorgeous. And you know, obviously there's other tones in here too that I could have used, but you know, St. Patrick's Day look, green. I have no idea what Nikki's look looks like. I'm really excited to see it. And then the Wealthy Chic, of course. I mean, just stunning, stunning shades in here. I did pop this shade on my inner corners, and I did think about putting it under my brows, but it's pretty yellow. And I thought, I don't want a stripe of yellow shimmer under my brow with this look. I just thought, let's not do that. I really enjoy the pigmentation of the mattes, how bold they are and how they just go on so well. And these played really well too with each other and then with the other shadows from the other palette. Absolutely. So fun. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I do though kind of wish that maybe I'd use this in my inner corners. I don't know why, but I kind of do. I keep getting shadow on my hands from the Ladybug Glow palette. So let me tell you, I had thought about pulling in the Tokyo Harajuku palette from Nomad because I really do want to do a series where I'm using this as a companion palette with other palettes. But the goal was to use two palettes that remind you of St. Patrick's Day. This does not remind me of St. Patrick's Day, really. I mean, yeah, there's some St. Patrick's Day shades in here, I guess, but I've never thought, oh, I know, Tokyo Harajuku, that reminds me of St. Patrick's Day, ever. So that's why I didn't pull it in, but I am going to start doing a series, maybe this month, I don't know. I also thought about grabbing, where is it? Oh, it's still in my drawer. I'm not going to pull it out. The Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions. I thought about the ColourPop Boston Celtics palette. I thought about the Pistachio from BH. But I don't know, I just felt like these two together would be perfect. And I love how this look turned out. Let me know what you think in the comment section of an all matte look. Using any color really, but you know, obviously I use greens. And how you would feel not foregoing some really beautiful shimmers. I mean, yes, I do have them in my inner corners. Oh wait, on my lower lash lines, I use the shades out of, oh no, I didn't. On my lower lash lines, I started off with this shade here, put that towards the outer part, and then I put this shade and then this shade on my lower lash lines, right? Yeah, I didn't use the Lucky shade. I just felt like, okay, enough. You know, I don't need to use every single shade on my, I could have, but I didn't do that on my lower lash lines. So make sure you go to Nikki's channel, subscribe if you have not yet already, and show her a ton of love and support. She absolutely deserves it. She's growing at a very fast rate. I think that's really cool. It took me like 2 years to get to where she is, and I don't think she's been on here for 2 years. You know, that's just the way it is. I'm an old lady, so, you know, not everybody wants to come hang out with an old lady, but I'm sure everybody wants to go hang out with Nikki because she's amazing and she's gorgeous and beautiful and sexy and talented and intelligent and all the things. Nikki has it all. So like I said, go support her if you haven't yet already. This was so fun to do this collab with her. I adore her. I cherish her. I treasure her. And I can't wait till we do this again. Oh, and happy St. Patrick's Day. A day early, but still, happy St. Patrick's Day. Be safe. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.